Let me ask you something brutally honest. Why do so many promising connections with younger women inexplicably fade away? You have the life experience, the wisdom, and the stability, yet you're left wondering what went wrong. The truth is, most mature men sabotage themselves with four common, yet almost invisible, psychological mistakes. And today, we are going to expose every single one of them. Welcome to Sovereign Psychology. In this video, I will give you a raw, unfiltered look into the four brutal dating mistakes that chase younger women away, even when they were already attracted to you. Correct these, and the entire dynamic tilts in your favor. The first mistake is the most common, and it happens the moment you place her on a pedestal. Mistake number 1, the pedestal of youth, trading authority for approval. Let's begin with the very first moment of interaction, the one where the entire dynamic is won or lost. A man in his 60s, accomplished and respected in every area of his life, finds himself in a conversation with a vibrant, intelligent woman in her 30s. His heart quickens. A voice in his mind, conditioned by a lifetime of societal narratives, begins to scream, "She's so young, so beautiful. Don't mess this up. Be nice. Be agreeable. Be safe." And so, he does what feels logical. He becomes the perfect gentleman, polite, non-threatening, and utterly predictable. He sterilizes his personality, filtering out any hint of masculine polarity or flirtatious energy, terrified of being perceived as the creepy older guy. In doing so, he becomes something far worse in the world of attraction, the boring older guy. The root of this mistake is not a lack of confidence, but a misplacement of value. He is, in that moment, idolizing her. In his mind, he has placed her youth and beauty on a pedestal, viewing them as a form of currency that far outweighs his own lifetime of experience, wisdom, and achievement. This creates an immediate and fatal imbalance in the dynamic. He is no longer an equal, engaging with another equal. He is a supplicant, seeking approval from a prize he feels he doesn't deserve. And she feels this instantly. Women are extraordinarily attuned to the subtle energy of a man's presence. When he exudes an energy of supplication, of feeling less than, her subconscious registers it not as kindness, but as low value. The attraction she may have initially felt evaporates, not because of the age gap, but because he has just non-verbally communicated that he doesn't believe he is worthy of her. Let me share a story. A client of mine, a very successful architect in his late 50s named Marcus, was telling me about a first date he'd had. He was completely captivated by the woman, who was 20 years his junior. He spent the entire evening asking her questions, agreeing with her every point, and showering her with compliments about her youthful energy. He never once challenged her, flirted with her, or shared a strong, unapologetic opinion of his own. He called me the next day, confused. "It went so well," he said, "but she just texted me saying she felt more of a friend vibe." Marcus hadn't created a friend vibe, he had created a fan vibe. He had spent the evening admiring the statue on the pedestal, forgetting that he was supposed to be the sculptor, engaging with her on equal terms. It is crucial to understand the psychology of this pedestal. When a man idolizes a woman, he is no longer seeing her. He is seeing a projection of his own needs, insecurities, and fantasies. Her youth becomes a symbol of what he feels he has lost, and her beauty becomes a validation he craves. This puts an impossible burden on the woman. She is no longer allowed to be a complex, flawed human being. She must be a perfect goddess, an emblem. This pressure is suffocating. An intuitive woman will pull away from this dynamic not because she is arrogant, but because it feels fundamentally inauthentic. She doesn't want to be worshipped, she wants to be seen. The antidote to idolization is normalization. It is the conscious decision to see her not as a mystical creature of youth, but as a person, with her own thoughts, flaws, and history. It requires you to interact not just with her, but with the world, with a sense of your own unshakable value. The moment you stop seeking her approval and start operating from a place of your own, the pedestal vanishes. You are no longer the boring older guy. You are the sovereign man. And that is the man she was hoping to meet. Mistake number 2, the apology of age, shaming your own story. The conversation is flowing. The connection feels real. And then, she smiles, tilts her head, and asks the question that sends a jolt of panic through so many mature men. So, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? In an instant, a man's entire sense of confidence can crumble. His mind races, interpreting the question as a judgment, a final test he is about to fail. He stammers, maybe chuckles awkwardly, and says his age as if it's an apology. I'm 58. He then waits, anxiously scanning her face for a reaction, for the flicker of disappointment he is sure is coming. And in that moment of hesitation, in that display of shame, the attraction dies. Let me be unequivocally clear, it is not the number that repels her. It is the insecurity around the number. Your age is a fact, it is a part of your story, a testament to the decades you have navigated and the wisdom you have earned. When you present that fact with shame, you are telling her that your story is something to be ashamed of. You are communicating that you believe your greatest asset, your experience, is actually a liability. Her subconscious mind immediately makes the connection: if he doesn't believe his age is an advantage, why should she? A man's confidence makes his age an asset, his shame makes it a weakness. The sovereign man understands this. He knows his age is a pillar of his value, not a crack in his foundation. So, when she asks the question, he responds with a sense of playful confidence that completely reframes the situation. If he's feeling bold, he might lean in with a slight smirk and say, "Honestly? I'm probably too old for you. We should probably stop talking now before you get any ideas." This uses humor and over-exaggeration to demonstrate that he is completely at ease with the age gap. It's a move of high status and playful arrogance that is incredibly attractive. But even if a playful line isn't his style, he can simply own the number with calm, unapologetic confidence. "I'm 58. He says it, he smiles, and then he immediately moves the conversation forward without waiting for her approval. "Anyway, you were telling me about your trip to Italy." By not making it a big deal, he communicates that it isn't a big deal. He projects an energy that says, "This is who I am. I am proud of the years that have shaped me." And that unwavering self-acceptance is infinitely more attractive than the nervous approval seeking of a man who wishes he were younger. Mistake number 3, the wallet's bait, leading with resources, not with self. This next mistake is a seductive trap many successful men fall into, believing they are demonstrating value when they are actually signaling deep insecurity. It is the impulse to lead with wealth, to use money, gifts, and expensive experiences as the primary tool of attraction. He thinks, if I can show her a lifestyle she's not accustomed to, she will be impressed. If I buy her things, she will feel indebted to me. He showcases his luxury car, mentions his expensive watch, or steers the conversation towards his financial successes within the first few minutes of meeting. He is, in essence, trying to purchase her interest. And while this may attract a certain type of person, it will always repel a woman of genuine substance. A truly high-value woman is not looking for a benefactor, she is looking for a partner. The moment she senses that a man is using his wealth as a substitute for his personality, her respect for him plummets. His grand gestures are not seen as generosity, but as a glaring admission of his own perceived inadequacy. It sends a subconscious message: I don't believe that I, as a man, am enough to keep your attention, so I am hoping my money will do the work for me. This destroys the very foundation of genuine attraction, which is built on the desire to connect with a person, not their possessions. This touches on a core concept we explore on this channel: the difference between displaying value and demonstrating value. Displaying value is the act of showing off external markers, the watch, the car, the balance sheet. It is a performance, an advertisement. It is insecure. Demonstrating value, on the other hand, is the natural expression of a rich inner world. A man demonstrates his value not by talking about the price of his trip to Italy, but by telling a fascinating story about something he learned there. He demonstrates his value not by stating the revenue of his business, but by speaking with genuine passion about the problems he solved and the things he built. A man of true substance doesn't need to present a resume, his life is the resume. This approach invites her into his world to experience it with him, whereas displaying value simply asks her to admire it from the outside. This is a concept we explore in depth in many of our videos on this channel, such as our discussion on the 5 boundaries that create deep attraction. Leading with your wallet is the mark of a man with a weak inner citadel. The sovereign man, by contrast, understands this crucial difference. He is proud of his success, but he doesn't use it as a crutch. His value is demonstrated not by what he owns, but by who he is, his calm confidence, his engaging curiosity, his sense of humor, his unwavering presence. He allows his success to be discovered naturally, as a byproduct of a life well lived, not as the opening act of a performance designed to impress. When a woman is drawn to him, to his character, his mind, and his energy, then any resources he shares become a joyful expression of an already established connection, not a desperate bid to create one. And that is a connection built on the bedrock of respect, not the shifting sands of transaction. Mistake number 4, the mentor trap. Hiding desire behind helpfulness. This final mistake is the most insidious because it masquerades as a virtue. It feels noble, helpful, and safe, yet it is one of the fastest paths to the friend zone. A mature man meets a younger woman and, recognizing his own wealth of life experience, he instinctively slides into the role of the mentor, the advisor, the protector. He offers her career guidance, helps her solve her emotional dilemmas, gives her wise counsel, and becomes her go-to person for support. He gives and gives, believing that through his consistent helpfulness, she will eventually have an epiphany and realize he is the perfect man for her. But that epiphany never comes. Instead, something else happens. She places him in a neatly labeled, non-sexual box in her mind, the wise older friend, the father figure, the reliable mentor. And once a man is in that box, it is almost impossible to escape. Why? Because desire is not born from safety and mentorship alone. Desire requires polarity. It requires tension. It requires a spark of romantic or sexual energy. By hiding his true intentions behind a mask of pure helpfulness, he has trained her to see him as a completely non-sexual being. He has never given her a reason to activate the romantic part of her brain when she thinks of him. Then, one day, after months of being the good guy, he makes his move. He confesses his feelings or leans in for a kiss. And she recoils, not out of malice, but out of genuine confusion and discomfort. The classic line emerges, "Oh, I never saw you that way." And she is being honest. He never gave her the opportunity to see him that way. This is a painful lesson, but a necessary one. As we discussed in our video on the unspoken language of female desire, attraction is a conversation that happens beneath the words. If your actions are consistently saying mentor, you cannot expect her to suddenly hear lover. Being kind, supportive, and helpful are essential qualities of a good man and a good partner. But if your intention is romantic, that intention must be signaled early and consistently through flirtation, through masculine presence, and through the creation of emotional tension. You must not mentor her into liking you, you must magnetize her with the unapologetic presence of a man who knows what he wants. I want you to pause and think honestly, have any of these patterns shown up in your own life? The impulse to put her on a pedestal, the shame around your age, the temptation to use your resources, or the tendency to hide in the safe role of a mentor? Recognizing these patterns is the first, most powerful step toward changing them. Leave a comment below and share which of these 4 mistakes has been the most challenging for you. Your honesty not only helps you, but it helps every other man in this community. And if this discussion has resonated with you, I encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe, because our entire channel is dedicated to this journey of self-mastery. We have a deep archive of videos exploring the psychological principles that empower a man to live with strength, integrity, and profound connection. This is not about changing who you are. It is about removing the obstacles that are preventing the world from seeing the powerful, sovereign man you were always meant to be.